You know that feeling when the silence inside you just disappears? It's not a loud emptiness, not a scream. It's more like a constant low hum, the sound of a city that never sleeps, but it's all happening inside your own head. For weeks, that's where I was living, stuck in a kind of mental traffic jam. My thoughts had become this gridlock of noise. Deadlines honking impatiently, anxieties cutting me off without a signal, the heavy weight of other people's expectations just sitting there, engine idling, blocking the way forward. My world, my own path, had somehow shrunk. It felt like I was riding on a road just riddled with cracks and potholes. And you know what they say, where you look is where you go. I couldn't stop looking at them, every single one. My gaze was fixed on the asphalt right in front of my wheel, terrified of stumbling, of one of those cracks throwing me off balance. I was so focused on not falling that I forgot to look up. It was in that moment I realized I couldn't remember the last time I'd truly seen the horizon. That clean, endless line where the sky meets the earth, it was gone, hidden behind the immediate problems right under my nose. I had lost the long view, the sense of where I was even going. And that's when you know it's time. Not to run away from the noise, you can never really outrun that, but to ride into it, to go, just to go in search of a different kind of sound. The kind that's so big and so steady, it makes all the little noises in your head finally fall quiet. You know that feeling, the first few miles out of the city? It's like one long, slow exhale you didn't even realize you were holding. The concrete maze gives way to open fields, and the collective hum of a million lives fades into the background. It's just me, the bike, and this deep, steady thrum from the engine beneath me. It's a clean sound, a single, honest note that begins the process of washing away the static in my head. You know that feeling, the first few miles out of the city? It's like one long, slow exhale you didn't even realize you were holding. The concrete maze gives way to open fields, and the collective hum of a million lives fades into the background. It's just me, the bike, and this deep, steady thrum from the engine beneath me. It's a clean sound, a single, honest note that begins the process of washing away the static in my head. You know that feeling, the first few miles out of the city? It's like one long, slow exhale you didn't even realize you were holding. The concrete maze gives way to open fields, and the collective hum of a million lives fades into the background. It's just me, the bike, and this deep, steady thrum from the engine beneath me. It's a clean sound, a single, honest note that begins the process of washing away the static in my head. You know that feeling, the first few miles out of the city? It's like one long, slow exhale you didn't even realize you were holding. The concrete maze gives way to open fields, and the collective hum of a million lives fades into the background. It's just me, the bike, and this deep, steady thrum from the engine beneath me. It's a clean sound, a single, honest note that begins the process of washing away the static in my head. For a moment, it feels like the beginning of freedom, the promise of a clear mind. But old habits, they have a way of clinging to you, like the city dust on my jacket. The engine's rhythm might be pushing out the external noise, but it hasn't yet silenced the chatter within. My shoulders are still tense, and my gaze is still locked down. It's an instinct, I suppose, born from navigating urban chaos. My eyes are glued to the asphalt just ahead of my front wheel, constantly scanning, searching. There's the jagged lip of a pothole. Over there, a scattering of fine gravel, looking like spilled sugar on the tarmac. And that white line, still damp from a morning mist, shining with a treacherous promise of no grip at all. Every tiny imperfection becomes the center of my universe. A dark patch of asphalt is a potential oil slick. A crack in the surface is a canyon I must navigate. And in that moment, I realize something profound. I'm moving at 60 miles an hour, the world a blur of green and gold at the edge of my vision, but I'm not actually free. My body is hurtling through space, but my mind is still trapped in a tiny 3-foot patch of road. I'm in motion, but mentally, I'm standing perfectly still, surrounded by the very same anxieties and what-ifs I was trying to leave behind. The road has given me this incredible gift of space, but it hasn't yet given me the answer. It's just holding up a mirror, showing me that I'm still looking at my feet, afraid of what I might stumble over if I dare to look up. The engine sings its steady, rhythmic song, a hum that vibrates right through the seat and up my spine, becoming a part of my own pulse. Out here, on a winding road hugged by ancient trees, the world simplifies. You know that feeling, right? When the endless chatter of the mind finally quiets down, drowned out by the sound of the wind. It's not an emptiness, it's a clarity. You shed the layers of the day, of the week, of all the little anxieties that cling to you like dust. You become just motion, a single, focused point moving through a flowing landscape. In these moments, I feel more myself than anywhere else. The bike and I are in a silent conversation, a dance of lean and throttle, and for a while, everything makes perfect sense. The sun warms my back through the leather, and the air smells of pine and damp earth. It's a perfect, simple harmony. And then it appears, as if the road decided to test this newfound peace. It's a sharp, blind turn, carved aggressively into the side of a rock face. You know the kind, the ones that hide their exit, demanding your full faith and attention. I lean in, trusting the tires, trusting the machine, trusting the physics I've learned to feel in my bones. The entry is smooth. I'm one with the curve, a pendulum swinging through the arc. But just as I approach the apex, looking to power out, that's when I see it. It's not a boulder or a fallen branch. It's something smaller, more insidious. A scattering of fine gravel and loose grit washed out to the edge of the lane, right where my exit line should be. It glitters in a sliver of sunlight, a tiny galaxy of potential disaster. Instantly, my entire focus, every ounce of my attention, just snaps onto it. My eyes are locked. My brain is screaming, "Danger! Danger!" But my gaze is glued to the very thing that can hurt me. And the bike, it's a strange and terrifying magic how it happens. The motorcycle only knows my gaze. It doesn't know about the gravel. It only knows where I am looking. And as if connected by an invisible thread, it begins to drift. Slowly, but with an undeniable pull, it starts to veer from the clean center of the lane right towards that treacherous patch. A second stretches into an eternity. The world narrows to just me, the bike, and those deadly little stones. My arms are tense, my body is fighting itself, but my eyes won't let go. And in the rush of the wind, which suddenly sounds like a deafening roar, I hear another voice. It's not my own. It's calm, steady, and echoes from years ago. The voice of my very first instructor, a patient man with kind eyes who taught me more about life than about clutches. "Where you look is where you go," he'd said 100 times, always. It takes a physical effort, like breaking a spell. I have to wrench my head, my eyes away from the glittering stones of failure. I force myself to look further up the road, through the turn, to the clean, dark, beautiful asphalt that waits beyond. I fix my gaze on the vanishing point, on the freedom that lies past the danger. And the motorcycle, it just follows. Smoothly, gracefully, it straightens its line as if waking from a trance. My wheels pass mere inches from the gravel, so close I can almost hear the tiny stones crunch under a pressure that isn't there. I exhale a breath I didn't even know I was holding, my heart hammering against my ribs, not with fear anymore, but with a profound, earth-shaking revelation.
It was in that moment, with the adrenaline still singing in my veins, in the open road stretching out before me, that I truly understood. I mean, really understood. That rule, it was never just about motorcycles. It was about everything. It's the most important rule there is. Знаете, бывает такое чувство, будто мир на мгновение замирает, чтобы ты успела вздохнуть полной грудью. Именно так я себя почувствовала после того поворота. Воздух стал другим, чище, прозрачнее, или, может, это я просто начала дышать по-новому. Раньше каждая моя поездка была диалогом с асфальтом. Мой взгляд был прикован к серой ленте под колесами. Я выискивала каждую трещинку, каждую ямку, каждую заплатку, словно играла в какую-то бесконечную и утомительную игру «Найди опасность». Мой мир сужался до этих нескольких метров дороги передо мной. Я была напряжена, сосредоточена на несовершенствах, на том, что может пойти не так. И вся поездка превращалась в череду мелких преодолений. Увернуться от выбоины, объехать песчаную насыпь, притормозить перед стыком плит – это была не езда, а постоянная борьба с дорогой. А потом все изменилось. Я просто подняла глаза. Вместо того, чтобы сканировать асфальт в поисках изъянов, я посмотрела вдаль, туда, где дорога сливается с небом. На верхушке сосен, которые качались на ветру, словно приветствуя меня. На далекие холмы, поддернутые легкой дымкой. Я стала смотреть туда, где хотела оказаться. Не через секунду, избегая очередной трещины, а через мгновение, вдыхая запах леса и чувствуя тепло солнца. И произошло чудо. Дорога словно сама расступалась передо мной, становясь гладкой и предсказуемой. Препятствия никуда не делись, они все так же были на своих местах, те же ямки, те же заплатки, но они перестали быть центром моей вселенной. Они стали лишь мелкими деталями на фоне огромного, прекрасного мира, к которому я двигалась. Мое периферийное зрение прекрасно их видело, тело само интуитивно делало легкие корректировки, почти незаметно обходя неровности. Но мой разум, мое сознание были свободны. Они были там, впереди, у горизонта. Именно в этот момент я поняла. Мы тратим столько сил, вглядываясь себе под ноги. Мы так боимся оступиться, что забываем смотреть вперед. Мы концентрируемся на проблемах, на недостатках, на том, что мешает нам жить, и в итоге вся наша жизнь превращается в лавирование между этими проблемами. Мы не движемся к мечте, мы просто пытаемся не упасть. Но стоит поднять голову и посмотреть на свою цель, на то, каким ты хочешь видеть свой путь, как все меняется. Проблемы не исчезают, нет, но они теряют свою власть над тобой. Они становятся просто частью пути, а не самим путем. Дорога научила меня одной важной вещи. Куда смотришь, туда и едешь. Это работает не только с мотоциклом, это работает со всей жизнью. На чем сфокусировано твое внимание, тем и наполняется твоя реальность. Можно всю дорогу смотреть на грязь под колесами, а можно на солнце, которое садится за горизонт. Выбор всегда за тобой. И в шуме ветра, который теперь звучал не как предупреждение, а как песня, я слышала самый главный ответ – смотри на свет. Просто смотри на свет, и дорога приведет тебя к нему. The city lights begin to blur into a soft glow as I roll through the familiar streets. The sun is painting the sky in shades of bruised purple and soft orange, one last spectacle before the night. With a final gentle twist of the key, the deep rumble beneath me fades away. And then silence. You know, it's a different kind of silence now.
It isn't empty. It's full. Full of the miles traveled, the scent of pine and damp earth, the warmth of the afternoon sun on my leather jacket. It's a silence that listens. The road taught me one important thing on this trip, a truth so simple it's almost easy to miss in the noise of everyday life. In the roar of the wind, you sometimes hear the most important answers, and this one was whispered in every corner, on every straight. We choose what we focus on. We stare at the problem, at the pothole in the road ahead, at the wall we think we can't get past. But the bike, it doesn't go where the problem is. It goes where your eyes lead it. Look for the door in the wall, not the bricks. Look at the solution, not the fear. Where you look is where you go. And that simple knowledge, that's the most valuable souvenir I'm bringing back. It's what helps you keep your balance long after you've parked the bike and taken off your helmet.